So this is a Quest 506 506 pint dehumidifier. There's the Quest. We have a dead compressor here. This was one of the units that had the rub through, where on assembly they had a line, one of these little capillary tubes, and it rubbed through a line and it released all the refrigerant. Or, you know, of course it was really slow over time. They didn't notice it for a while, and when we found that problem, the compressor was really hot, and the protection, it runs low on refrigerant, you stop getting subcooling back to the compressor. So got the new expansion valve. That took care of that problem, but was afraid of the condition of the compressor. And about a month later, the compressor gives up its ghost. Kind of had a scary feeling that that might happen. And so this time, I'm gonna recover the refrigerant out again, and I even have it on scale. I always measure my refrigerant, even though I know I'm changing compressor. I wanna know what comes out. Even though I know I just filled it up, I always double check no matter what. Some guys will say, oh, that's a waste of time, but another thing I'll be doing is we'll be doing an autopsy on this compressor. We'll be cutting it out, and I'll cut off the top, and we'll see if there's metal flakes in the system that has been injected in the system, or was it some sort of clean break, because it's making noise. It's getting really hot. It got so hot it literally boils water. So you put water on this compressor and it literally boils. And I ohmed out the windings, and it's basically like all the other windings. So we got a 506 there, a Quest 506 there, and a Quest 506 there. Capacitor is good. Check the capacitor. And so we're going to be doing a dryer, expansion valve, and I will be blowing backwards through the system if I find any metal flakes inside this compressor. When I cut open the weld, if I see any metal flakes in here, I'll blow backwards to see if any metal flakes come out of the condensers. One of the things is this is a micro channel condenser that's inside there. It is not tube and fin. So that's a not micro channel evaporator, but that's the evaporator over here. But the ejection from the compressor, if there's any metal flakes, goes directly into a micro channel condenser, and you cannot flush out micro channel condensers properly. The small metal debris and the channels, the chambers that's in a micro channel condenser, they get stuck in there and they just twirl around. So you're trying to blow out backwards, and what you're getting is, say your nitrogen is going through all the open channels but not the plug channels, and you can't get all the metal debris out. So you think you did a good job, you put on a new compressor, and now you have a partially plugged condenser that you're trying to blow through. So that'll be something else. I'll see if I can get video of that and make sure I include that inside my upcoming videos on this one. Called up Quest, called up their number, and it's actually Thermistor, and immediately they're just said, okay, we're sending you out a compressor, we're sending you out a dryer, and I'll be good to go. So keep tabs up on the upcoming video when we're changing this compressor out. You'd say, well, why don't you just change the whole unit? Well, the only problem is the labor involved. Renting a forklift to get this up here, it's not your standard size forklift. You have to get one of the more expensive, taller forklifts for a heavier load going up taller because of the height to get up here. So that's $800 plus the delivery fee of $150 for just that. Then we're $2,300 a day to be out here. So you have the day of diagnostic, the day of tear down, a vacuum, get this up. So you're gonna have 2 days of us coming out here to do this and recovering right now, and then coming back to put it together and put it back into service. So it stacks up. So even though the Quest is only $6 grand, I think now, and somewhere there after tax and delivery and everything like that, our labor just to replace the compressor almost gets there. It gets there really fast. So it's, you know, one half dozen another. The delay and I mean the extra expense of a, what is that? A large forklift to be delivered over here, or just change out the compressor. So we're going out for the change out of the compressor, because by us getting this one back into service, the thermistor died on this one. So we stole the thermistor out of this one, where that's why you see a red light here, because it was plugged in right there, and the thermistor went right down in there into the little tube. So we were able to get them up and they can barely achieve their 80% humidity that they want right now at the very first 2 weeks of growth. But as this room requires lower and lower humidity as the weeks go on, it won't be able to keep up with 3 500-pint dehumidifiers. So they'll need this fourth 500-pint dehumidifier. So get back to you guys on this. Let's do a recovery. So I'm gonna turn on the unit. See, I got the vacuum pump. Yeah, this is all vacuumed down and purged out. Got that open. I have it zeroed out. It's in ounces. Let's zero it out. Boom, 0. Have that on. Have that open. There we go. So I'll see you guys back in a little while. The next video you'll see is when we're cutting out the new compressor, and hopefully when I have cut open the compressor and inspected inside and measured how much oil is in the old compressor.